is breaking news from KSL.
We don't know. We can't go home. We have no idea what the aftermath is going to be like, and I'm just sitting and waiting and hoping everything's okay.
Tonight, dozens of residents waiting for answers here after two apartment buildings burst into flames.
Crews continue fighting the fire in Millcreek near 1300 East and Murray Holiday Boulevard. We have a team on the scene gathering information from firefighters and speaking to evacuees.
Let's start things off with Brittany Tate, who has the latest information from the scene there. Brittany, what do you know?
Hi, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, it has been a massive outreach with multiple fire crews here off of 1300 East as they try and fight this Willow Glen apartment fire. Now, we know that this started roughly after 2 p.m. in the area of 4858 South, about 1300 East. Right now, at the latest check, we're being told that 2 apartment buildings have been affected. That's a minimum of 24 apartments. Now, fire agencies tell us again, multiple buildings seen on fire. We're told that this all started because somebody was seen using a lawnmower to cut down weeds in a field near the Willow Glen apartment building off of Highland Drive. So what started as a brush and field fire grew to threaten surrounding structures. Fire crews are telling us that the strong winds pushed those flames into the apartment building. Those winds have made it very difficult for fire crews here on the scene. Again, at last check, 2 buildings, minimum of 24 apartments have been affected. Unified Fire Authority Captain Tony Barker had this to say.
We're working with the apartment manager to confirm that we have all residents out. So currently right now we can't confirm that they're all out, but we're doing everything in our power to ensure that they are out.
Just to give you a visual, I talked to some evacuees who told me that they heard a pounding on their door. They came to that door. There were fire crews. They told them there's no time. As smoke rushed into their apartments, they were told that they had no time to grab anything. They just had to leave. So absolutely tragic for the people who now have been displaced. Again, we know a minimum of 24 apartment units. Our hearts go out to those people who tonight might not have a place to stay. Back to you.
Yeah, devastating all around here. Brittany, thank you. Cheryl Park continues our team coverage from an evacuation center just across the street there.
Cheryl, what are you seeing now?
Yeah, we're at the evacuation center the Red Cross is helping with at the LDS Church located at 1250 East and 4800 South. Was inside just a few moments ago, and the Red Cross has really assembled everything very quickly for folks who were impacted by this fire. 24 units at least destroyed by this. We've still got crews behind us here, Unified Fire fighting brush fires on the back side of this fence. We're just basically on the opposite side of where Brittany Tate is now, on the other end of this apartment complex. But I do have someone here with us who was evacuated from this fire. This is Lexi Bybee, who I want to bring in to have this conversation because Lexi, you just got home last night from a vacation or a trip, and we're here this morning. Walk me through the moments that this fire erupted and what you saw and what you went through.
So I was actually asleep, and then all I could hear was get out, there's a fire. So I woke up and was kind of confused. I grabbed just my phone and my shoes and just ran out, and then I could just see all of the smoke everywhere. So basically it spread really, really quickly from one building to the next.
Can you describe what those flames looked like and what the wind was doing to those flames?
They were massive. Like I could see it in the windows on the top floor, and it was just all aflame. The wind really knocked it from one building to the next.
Yeah, we heard from firefighters saying that they were grabbing people, pulling people out as the structure was starting to collapse. Did you witness any of that kind of chaos?
Just everyone in the whole apartments were just kind of gathered out because there's a little bit of a green area, and we're just watching as the buildings were burning down. They kept pushing us back and back, and then slowly we got here. So
I know you've been talking with folks. You were all comforting each other, inside, outside here. How are you feeling at this moment, seeing the devastation to those 2 buildings, knowing that 24 units have been destroyed? How are you feeling right now?
Just those families, I really feel for them. Just having to start over, and all of their personal belongings, they're just gone.
I I'm so sorry.
It's really sad.
It's really difficult to experience that and to live through that. And it's going to be difficult for days to come. I appreciate you taking some time to speak with me. Thank you. I appreciate it, Lexi. That's very similar stories I'm hearing from other evacuees, seeing those big flames coming out their building as they tried to get out of the area. I do want to, again, remind folks about this evacuation center. 1250 East, 4800 South is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints here. When I went inside, they have got comfort areas set up for children. They've got food tables. I just heard from the Red Cross that they're bringing in cots so folks can stay the night here because they don't have power, water, they don't have anything. Even for those apartment complexes, the two other at Willow Glen that did not burn down, there's no chance that folks are going to be able to get into those anytime soon to live in those tonight. So even if they are, power and water, those kind of things, the necessities are going to be out. So if you need to come here, you can. The Red Cross also telling me, Mike and Deanie, they can bring their pets here. So if you need a place to stay, you need access to medication or anything like that, food, or just a shoulder to lean on right now, you can come here. Sorry, this is a lot. This is a lot of folks impacted by this fire. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, sorry. No, understandable, Cher. Don't apologize. This is just, it's rough, and it's going to be a rough couple of days until things get figured out.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great coverage out there, Hugh and Brittany. And just into our newsroom, the city of Millcreek is asking everyone to avoid the area for now. Mayor Jeff Silvestrini expressed his concern in a statement. He said, "Our thoughts are with those who've been displaced by this tragedy." He also thanked all the first responders on the scene and those helping out the displaced residents. We'll continue to follow this tragic fire. Our team will follow the impacts in the days and weeks to come. So make sure to stick with us here on the air and on our KSL Plus app.
We heard the fire captain. He was emotional earlier as well. So this is affecting a lot of people in many ways. All right. Tonight, it is also the last night to legally light off fireworks in Utah until the end of the year. And firefighters, they're urging everyone to be safe out there if you plan to use them. Salt Lake City Fire says wildfires can be sparked anywhere from neighborhoods and parks to even vacant lots in city limits. Areas with trees, some bushes, grass, other vegetation, they're especially vulnerable. Officials are also reminding people that fireworks are only legal until 11 p.m. tonight.
Devin joins us now. It goes without saying that the firework concern will be especially high with continued heat and wind.
Yes, and we sometimes know people don't follow the rules. And as we head into this weekend, fire danger is even more elevated because humidity is going to continue to drop across central and southern Utah, and winds are going to remain elevated. This is actually our KSL roof camera. I was able to zoom into the area of the fire earlier. It's kind of hard to see, but there's still smoke just on top of the treetops there. So still work being done in that scene. Again, those flames are very high, and the smoke plume was very high earlier that we could see on our camera and with Chopper 5. Right now, winds are sustained, at least in Salt Lake, up to about 8 miles per hour, 18 miles per hour in Milford, all coming in from the southwest. These winds will continue to be in place tomorrow with gusts up to 30 miles per hour, and we do have red flag warnings in effect for central and southern Utah. Temperatures right now are in the low 90s across our northern valleys, 94 as well for St. George, with a few clouds here or there. For this weekend, we're going to stay steady with our temperatures, but we're heating right back up in the beginning of next week. We'll talk all about it in the full 7-day forecast.
All right, looking forward to it, Devin. Thank you. In just 42 days, death row inmate Ralph Menzies is set to be executed. If appeals and petitions to prevent it are not successful, he will be put to death on September 5th. Tonight, KSL investigator Daniela Rivera reports on just how the state is preparing to carry out this death sentence.
Even as Ralph Menzies is still pursuing several avenues for a stay of execution, the Utah Department of Corrections is preparing for its first execution by firing squad here at the new prison.
This is something we've been planning for months in advance.
Inside the state's death chamber, the gurney used for a lethal injection last year has been removed as the state readies the space for a firing squad.
We really have the blueprint as far as the operation and how it will work already in place, and we feel good about what happened last year.
Department of Corrections spokesperson Glenn Mills says at this stage, the department's priority is recruiting an 8-member execution team, a leader, 2 alternates, and 5 shooters.
Those 5 shooters, 4 of them will shoot live rounds and one will have a blank.
The shooters must be certified through Utah's Peace Officers Standards and Training, prove their proficiency with firearms, and pass mental strength tests. Unlike trying to find medical professionals to participate in a lethal injection, the department has a clear and vast recruiting pool in Utah law enforcement agencies across the state.
We just work with them in recruiting.
Would you say you have more people willing to participate than you would need?
Yes, I would say that. We will definitely be able to fill that 8-person team.
Mills says no one will be forced to participate in carrying out a death sentence, but many feel it's their duty.
When I sit around the table and we talk about this very sensitive issue, not one person would necessarily choose to be doing that at that moment, but they see it as a heavy responsibility and something that they have been called upon to do.
We'll continue to follow both Menzies' efforts to appeal and the state's execution process. Reporting from the Utah State Correctional Facility for KSL, I'm Daniela Rivera.
Thank you, Daniela. A Utah lawmaker has been tapped to lead a national task force on AI policy. Republican Representative Doug Fiafia will lead with a Nevada Democrat on the task force. Its goal is to educate states and to bring in younger voices in tech governance. Fiafia made waves last year during his first Utah legislative session. He sponsored an online privacy bill and recently led an effort to pull a measure in a federal spending bill that would have stopped states from regulating AI tech.
There's a warning for drivers tonight. Prepare for significant delays in Parley's Canyon this weekend. We got the latest coming up next.
And stepping up enforcement this weekend, how many more police and troopers we can expect to see on the roads and what they're looking for next.
Chopper 5, Utah's only news helicopter, sponsored by Hadco Construction, building Utah from the ground up.
Change is always happening.